Chapter 1. Prologue. You are listening at FameTV.info. Who are you? When she heard that cold, unfeeling voice, Malaya froze. As she tightened her hold on her hood, she couldn't help but gasp. How did I get here? She couldn't help but ponder in disbelief. They were supposed to go to the Marquis house right now, but something unforeseen happened. Malaya S light aquamarine eyes clashed with piercing ruby eyes, glinting at each other within the gloomy cells. Malaya was at a loss for words. Caden Endra, the villain who would eventually become the seventh demon lord and ruler of vampires, stood in front of her. His arms and feet were both chained. When a flash of lightning struck outside the cell S barred window, she was able to get a better look at the man in front of her. His white hair was unruly. And he had bruises all over his body and face. However, none of his spectacular appearances led to deterioration. Sharp ruby-colored eyes, a prominent jaw, and if the bruises weren't present, his skin was smooth and blemish-free. But some of his wounds were still open, and blood was dripping from them. He should still be 15 years old according to this chronology. His backstory was thoroughly described in the novel Fate of the Stars. His stepmother, who was infatuated with his beauty, imprisoned him in the darkest area of the dungeon. And she arrived here time to time to torment him since he refused her advances. Seriously, she promised herself not to cause many changes in the plot. But, Malaya couldn't help but sigh wearily. No person in their right mind would not help a wounded abused boy, especially if they were hot. She simply happened to read that ragged book, Fate of the Stars, since her high school teacher required her to do so for her book review report. Later on, she had no idea she would be burnt alive aboard their cruise ship back on Earth. When she opened her eyes, she discovered herself in the 10-year-old body of a minor villainess in this tale. It was already 4 years that passed, and now she was on the Academy arc, where everyone despised her for harassing the female lead, the saintess summoned from another world. Rather than attempting to modify herself, she opted not to. Instead, she began to plan what she would do after her doom flagged, where she would be banished. They happened to be on vacation for a week. As a result, she set her plans in motion. Her lifelong dream was to explore the entire world. She would fulfill it here in this world because she was unable to do so in her previous life. Furthermore, despite the existence of magic on this planet, only a small percentage of places had been found and recorded. Not only she would be able to travel, but she may also go down in history as the greatest voyager. So she proceeded to find the famed shipbuilder of their empire on the Taliba Dukedom / island of Sirikari. Malaya ultimately tracked him down. However, in order to build her ship, she had to do something in exchange, which was why she was in the dark dungeon. Tell me, who are you? Does that woman send you here to torment me? Caden scoffed with disdain. You can do what you want. But I will never succumb to that woman / demand. Malaya / thoughts were cut short. The villain. I can get you out of here, but this is the least I could do for you, Malaya took out her ring and crushed it in her palms. Instead of an answer, Caden was surrounded by soothing water. It instantly cleansed and healed all of his wounds. Malaya finally said something. However, she deepened her voice so that even if they meet again in the future, he would not recognize her. I am merely a young man who will become the world / greatest voyager. With that, she ripped a talisman from her pocket and vanished in an instant. Caden was taken aback by the events occurring all at once, but then he let out a low chuckle. What a fool. Does she think she can deceive me by lowering her voice, the greatest explorer. Caden surely met an interesting person today. But, due to her, he would be able to sleep well tonight for the first time. I shall definitely pay this debt someday. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info. direct link in the description.